What's good, super money man? I'm coming at you on another video. In today's video, we're gonna be going over what is the best song of the 2021 underground. All right, if y'all remember back in 2021, those were some special times, right? Because I made a post right here on my Instagram blog page, sound.scrape. I made a post the other day saying, what's your favorite song of the 2021 underground? And man, this had me thinking of all the great times that happened back in the day, back in 2021, because that whole wave was just something so special. It was so fun. The community was so active, and it was essentially like 2016 part 2 for almost like the new generation. Like 2016 was so special. I remember I was in middle school and it felt like a new artist was just buzzing every week. I remember the day Yachty popped off, then Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, X, Famous Dex, Rich the Kid, Cardi, Uzi, Juice, like all these guys. It was so special. And then to see it happen once again back in 2021, it was so dope. And looking back, and now we're in 2024, looking back at 2021 with obviously the likes of this whole wave was essentially ran by Yeat, Sofaygo, Ken Carson, SSG Kobe, Destroy Lonely, Autumn, Summers, the whole Slay World, the whole Opium came up off of it. It was just something so special and it was so dope. And looking back on it, we were so spoiled, man. It was just so fun. Like this era was so fun. You had the whole twisty like I can go on and on about the 2021 underground, but this video is breaking down every one of the major songs and essentially just what is my favorite song, all right? So let's get into it with the first one. And then this is in no particular order, but we're just gonna break down every songs because this is essentially the major songs. We got Get Busy, Woke Up by Ken, obviously we got Yale by Ken, Knock Knock Fago, Bane by Alone, No New Friends, Autumn and Reno. Then we got Off the Map, Fago, Antisocial. And I'm just gonna basically break down because these are the major songs that did come up out of it. I don't think there's any other songs that you can say are bigger than these songs that are provided. So the first one is Get Busy by Yeat, bro. And Get Busy, bro, here's a bell, because I remember when this was a snippet, everybody knew. If you knew Yeat around this time, before Yeat's Get Busy was coming out, everyone knew. When Yeat drops the Here's a Bell snippet, it's over. Everyone knew Yeat, Here's a Bell, it's over. The first Yeat song I ever heard was Back to Bed on 4L. Then I listened to all of 4L and I was like, yeah, this dude, he's hard, he's goated. And then obviously Sorry About That blew up in the summer. And then he gave us a little EP, I believe like at the end of the summer with F It on it, and then in the Tesla out in the desert with September's Rich. And then we all knew when Yeat was gonna drop Here's a Bell, it's over. Everybody knew this song was so crazy because this dude said this song already was turned, but here's a bell, and now you hear is boom, boom. Like this song is crazy, bro. In my opinion, I think this is commercially, this is the biggest song. Maybe Knock Knock might give it a run for its money, or Knock Knock might be tied. So Fago's Knock Knock would Get Busy, but Get Busy or Knock Knock by Fago is easily the two biggest songs to come up out of this wave. And Get Busy, I gotta give it in my top 3, bro. You gotta put Get Busy in your top 3. Here's a Bell by Yeat. When you think of the 2021 underground, I'm pretty sure this is essentially like the theme song you hear when you look back on those times, right? And that leads us into Can Can, another Slay World member. Woke Up Sippin' Watt. Yeah. Bro, when this song came out, it had a chokehold on me, bro. This song had a crazy chokehold on me. And if y'all remember, Ken and Ken used to beef. Can and Ken Carson had beef. And I was like stuck in the middle because I was a RR soldier, right? I rocked with Yeat, I rocked with Ken, I rocked with Reno and all them. But then also I was like, bro, I've been rocking with Cardi for years and his new artists are so hard. So I was stuck in the middle between the RR and Opium War, okay? But Can, when he dropped Woke Up, this was just such a great song. I'm saying it's top 3. I do think it's top 3. It's not 1 or 2. I definitely do think it's number 3. But Woke Up is so hard. I was bumping this song for like months, honestly, months. Not even like weeks. It was months. This song was so crazy. And I remember at the Yeat pop-up, when he did drop 2 Alive, there was a pop-up out in LA. Pretty sure you guys all know it. But when it got shut down by the police and there was helicopters and all that, I was there and I was wilding now, okay? Now at this time, like I said, I was a big Can fan, all right? And I met Can at the gas station across the street from the venue because the concert got shut down before anybody was allowed in. And I'll put the video right here. When I met Can, he posted me on his story. I was outside his car. I was wilding. I was like, yo, Can. I was tweaking out. But yeah, this was a great song. Top 3 in my opinion. Number 3, Get Busy is in that 2 spot as well. And then we're gonna lead us into Yale by Ken Carson. We all know this one. Yale Party. Obviously, we don't really have anything to say. It's just a great song. I remember the first time I did hear it. It's not my first time hearing Ken. I heard Ken previously on Boy Barbie, and I thought he was cool. I never really thought he was too crazy. And then I heard Teen X for the first time. And the first time I heard the Teen X EP was I heard Pissed Off on some archive page, and I was like, yo, this is Cardi's friend, right? This is the guy Cardi be kicking it with. So I gave this EP a listen, and the first time I heard Yeah, I was like, yeah, he got it. It's over, bro. He got it. And I was bumping this song for weeks, bro. This was like, what, late 2020? Before Whole Lotta Red dropped, I'm pretty sure. Before Whole Lotta Red dropped for sure. But Yale, dope. Personally, not in my top 3. I don't think it's in top 3. I will say it's top 5 for sure, though. I will say it's top 5. And that leads us into Knock Knock by Sofaygo, which is arguably the biggest song to come up out of that 2021 underground wave. This song is huge. Like, I'm actually curious what it does on Spotify, because I know this is just stupid streams. This has crazy streams. 255. What does Get Busy have by Yeat? Get Busy. Yeat. It has, let's see, 146. But maybe if we go to the single he dropped, it might have more streams. Get Busy. No, it's at 146. So my God. Faygo has the biggest song by 100 mil more streams. Yeat's at 146, Faygo's at 255. Yeah, like I said, this was the #1 commercial song to come up out of that wave. Now, in my opinion, I know a lot of people didn't really rock with it because this was like the TikTok theme song, okay? This was the TikTok theme song for a quiet minute. And at that time, I hated TikTok. I thought it was cringy. I thought it was corny. It was so Faygo doing all the dances. I knew Faygo was hard because War EP, he had the little EP with Off the Map before a Whole Lotta Red drop back in 2020. He had Off the Map and Knock Knock. We all knew Faygo was him, right? At that time, you got to look back on it. Like, it's crazy because where we are now compared to then, right? Back then, the top three guys in the underground that everybody had their money on was Yeat. Yeat was a lock. Everybody knew Yeat was going to go crazy. 2 was Faygo. Faygo was deemed as the next Uzi, right? Everybody thought Faygo was going to go so crazy. He was going to be so huge. And he was so talented, right? He still is. He's like, the great thing about Faygo is that like he's like, he can make a melodic vibe, then he can make a mosh pit vibe, and his flows and the way he sings, like he had that like soft melodic voice like Uzi. He was the next Uzi, right? But in my opinion, I think Faygo is low-key more talented than Uzi, right? So Faygo has just so much raw talent, and everybody knew it's like, yeah, it's over, bro. He got Knock Knock, he got Off the Map, he's going crazy. All of his previous work is amazing. It's only up from Faygo, right? So it was Yeat, Faygo, and then this was a sleeper pick, but at that time, the #3 person, the biggest artist in the underground was SSG Kobe. If you remember, SSG Kobe, Yeat, and Faygo were the top 3 guys because SSG Kobe had MIA. Everybody thought Faygo was going to go crazy. He had Zach Bia behind him. It was going crazy. And to now think in 2024 who the clear winner is, obviously Yeat. But Faygo isn't really looked at as a top 3 from that 2021 underground anymore. It's obviously Ken, Lone, and Yeat, right? It's obviously those 3 easily. But Faygo, man. Faygo, bro. Faygo was special, man. You just had to be there. That time when Faygo was really just effing it up, going crazy on everybody, just dropping EPs, all this, bro. Faygo was the one, bro. And I still think Faygo is the most talented artist out of this entire genre to this day. I think talent-wise, raw skill, Faygo's still that guy. He still makes great music. Me personally, I love Pink Hearts. I love the EP he dropped, the Leaked NA. It was dope. I still think Faygo drops great quality music. I don't know why he's, not as big as he should be anymore, because Faygo had everything lined up for him. He had Knock Knock, 255 mil streams. He was the first one to do Rolling Loud. He signed to Travis Scott. Everything worked in Faygo's favor. And I just don't know why he didn't pop bigger. He should be at Yeat's level, right? I don't know, man. That could be a whole separate video, but just Knock Knock was crazy. The #1 commercial hit from obviously the 2021 underground, and that was a great song. But me personally, it's not in my top 3. If we're going numbers wise and commercial wise, obviously it's, Here's a Bell, Yale, and then I'd probably give it to Knock Knock. But Knock Knock is not in my personal top 3, okay? So I got Woke Up and Get Busy in my top 3 so far, right? And that leads us into Bane, which kind of popped a little late. This song did drop in 2019. Now, I don't think anybody was really bumping Lone back in 2019 unless you were like from the Atlanta area, you knew him some sorts. Like, I'm pretty sure his home city was bumping him in 2019. I wasn't bumping Lone in 2019. First time I heard about Lone was like a little later, I believe like mid 2021. I believe like a little couple months earlier before the King Vamp tour, right? Because the King Vamp tour started fall 21. And I believe I got into loan maybe around the summer of 2021. And that loan was special, man. 2020 to 2021 loan was ridiculous. Like a couple months after the Broken Hearts Deluxe drop, I believe, yeah, like maybe like spring, summer 2021 is when I got into loan. And when I got into loan, bro, it was crazy. Bane was, I don't believe, was Bane the first song I heard? I don't think Bane was the first song I heard. I don't think it was. To be quite honest, I don't remember what song was the first Lone song I heard. But I know Bane was the song that I was replaying like crazy when I first got into Lone. And then obviously the majority of Broken Hearts, right? But Bane went crazy. It kind of popped off a little late on TikTok. Like when Knock Knock, when Get Busy, when Yale was all popping. Bane wasn't necessarily popping around that time. I feel like it popped a little later, like 2022, I think, when Bane was going crazy on TikTok. But nonetheless, Bane, it's a great song. I'm not too crazy on it anymore. It's not in my personal top 3, but that 2020, 2021 Lone is special, right? And you got to remember, this time, I remember, bro, Destroy Lonely Archive was 10 times bigger than Lone's actual Spotify. Those the Destroy Lonely Archive with all the Lone leaks and the archive songs and the hosting page song. And he had Lone's monthly. Lone's himself, his monthly was less than the archive. That was sometimes, bro. And that could be a video itself. The day the Destroy Lonely Archive was vaulted. Y'all, if you remember that tragedy, you had to be there. You had to be there. But Bane was dope. I wouldn't say it's top 3 for me, not top 3. Then we got No New Friends, which is just a beautiful song. In my opinion, it's the most beautiful song out of all the songs that dropped. Like, bro, you can sing your heart out to this song. I remember the first time I saw Autumn live. This is the only song I wanted to hear. It was Box Fest, I believe, 2021, I think, summer 2021. And the first time I heard this, bro, this song can make a grown man cry. You gotta let me know what's up with you if I hate your friend. Like, everybody knows this. Like, this is an amazing song to hear live, and it's just a great song. I personally think Reno went stupid. Summers went stupid on this. This is Summer's song. Autumn went crazy too, but Summers took it away with his verse. But this is just a great song. Just a good quality song, man. This is just like, I think this is the #1 plug-in B song ever. Like, me personally, this is my favorite plug-in B song ever. Autumn and Summer's one track. Come on now. No New Friends. I don't know what's a bigger song than No New Friends. In the plug-in B genre, this is the best song in my opinion, easily. And that leads us into obviously Off the Map, which was a huge hit. And this was technically one of the first ever Raid songs, because this dropped before Whole Lotta Red. A lot of people like to say Trippie Redd invented, you know, the Raid sound with Trip at Night. Obviously, Cardi invented the Whole Lotta Red sound, the Raid sound. But Off the Map dropped before all that, right? And Faygo was on Trippie's project, MP5, which was a great song. But Off the Map was essentially the pioneer of the Raid sound. And this song was ahead of its time, bro. This song dropped, I believe, like 2020, a couple months before Whole Lotta Red. And this song was crazy, bro. Hearing this song live was so dope. Faygo was doing, like I said, Faygo was the first person to do Rolling Loud out of all the wave, the Kens, the Lones. He was the first dude to get booked at Rolling Loud, and everybody was like, yo, what is Off the Map gonna look like in Rolling Loud? And they were lit. But Off the Map, I think I gotta put Off the Map in my top 3. I think it's gotta be Off the Map, it's gotta be Woke Up, and it's obviously gotta be Get Busy. Get Busy, I think that's definitely a solid top 3 for sure. But Off the Map, first Raid song. Faygo was the face of the underground, first dude to do Rolling Loud out of the whole wave. And yeah, this song was definitely ahead of its time. And Faygo, bro, Faygo was that guy back then, bro. And that leads us into Antisocial by Tan and Slum Success, which I do think was a song ahead of its time as well, because you gotta remember, Tana and Slump, they were like 14. And then the producer who produced this beat, Majins, he was like 14 too. So you had like three middle schoolers who just dropped a crazy anthem, bro. Like, this is in top 5. This is in top 5. I'll probably give this number 4, to be honest, because of how this was like low-key a generational song, because you've seen Tana, he's 14, Slum Success 14, Majins, this is like, nobody ever really heard this sound, especially with that marching band type sound. Is like, everybody's like, who the hell is Majins, right? I remember the first time I was like, who the hell hell prodded this, right? Who was the producer? And then everyone's like, yo, it's this little kid named Majins. And nobody could believe it. Everybody was like, a 14-year-old made this beat. And then to think Tana hopped on this, he went stupid. This song's obviously crazy live. And then they made Antisocial 2, which was cool. It did not live up to the hype, but Antisocial 1, this was it, bro. I definitely do think this is a generational song from Tana and Slump Success. It was ahead of its time for sure. It definitely was. Nobody was used to the sound. It was like a breath of fresh air. And coming from such, you know, like young guys, you just had to respect it. I don't see why anybody could hate on this song. You got to give them their flowers for what they did on this. This is going to be in top 5 for sure. I'll probably say 4. So that looks to be like all the songs, all the major songs from the 2021 underground wave. I think I forgot to put Sorry About That in this post because I'm looking, I was like, where's Sorry About That? Because I know I put it on the cover. Okay, I forgot to add Sorry About That on this post. My bad. But Sorry About That was not the first Yeat song I heard, but I spoke on it a little bit earlier. The first time I heard Sorry About That, it was up from Yeat. But yeah, these were all generational songs. Just such a great time in the underground, man. Like, I wonder if there's gonna be another wave of the underground to come up like this. And I definitely do think it's gonna happen, but I don't think it's anytime new. We're kind of in like an awkward stage within the underground because like what? It was 2016, 5 years later, 2021. So it's always gonna happen. There's always gonna be a new wave that hits the underground. It's just that when is that new wave, right? 2021 was 3 years ago, maybe 25, 26. Who knows? But that's going to be the end of the video. Comment below, what is your favorite song from the 2021 underground? Let me know in the comment section below. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And then also, if you guys could follow my Instagram right here, sound.scrape. It will be at the top of the description. And yeah, thank you guys.